Hello, so I'm gonna stream with this like what I was doing earlier in the week, where I was doing that monolith sort of playthrough. So that's my only objective, venture into the zone. See if any of the other NPCs have quests for me while I'm here. Because if I can get a couple that all have objectives in a similar area, it makes sense. I need to go downstairs, don't you? Right, Scott, it's afternoon here, and we've had a pretty busy afternoon. So our most recent Prime Minister has resigned after only being in office for like 44 or 45 days. Because, you know, all the people that were really eager to get rid of Boris Johnson fucked everything up even harder, basically. Its title of the game is the thing, it's Stalker, and it's the Call of the Zone mod. Depends what time zone you're in. So by in some places it's like evening or night already, and if you're in like Australia. No, he doesn't have anything. So any other upgrades I can get done at the moment, or did I do them all last stream? Get the reliability upgrade. I'm gonna need to, I get the go to Forester or whatever for the better upgrades. Yeah, most of my subscribers are actually from America, for people that didn't know. It's like, majority are America, for like a single country anyway. Then the UK, then lots of places in Europe and Eastern Europe, you know, like 5% of like 100% of my view accounts from there. A couple of places in Asia, then there's like lots of countries that, you know, make up less than 1% each. But yeah, America's like 30 to 50% or something like that. Oh, I can probably request some random monolith guys to come with me again, can't I? Oh, I've got night vision, I keep forgetting that on this helmet. Now I've got my upgraded gear. That's so much better, I've got night vision even if it's only Gen 1. Will he come with me?
Никому не верь, кроме монолита и братьев твоих. Никому.
So he wants antidote when I pick some of that up. Can't remember what antidote looks like in the thing. This is one of those like little generic drug looking things, isn't it? Right, let's see what these bodies are. They might have gear on them I can loot. Yeah, they do. Take. No, he's got a L85 as well. Ah, that's good hype, so hopefully that will come in the next couple of days. That'll be excellent. That'll be hopefully in time for my birthday, if not like a day or two after. Sadly, the Queen died, like I was saying, only like 6 weeks ago. But yeah, the crazy thing was, Liz Truss was sworn in by the Queen, like a day or two before the Queen died. And then, you know, like, that was only, what, like 5-6 weeks ago, and now Liz Truss has already been ousted as PM. But yeah, like I said, the Tory party are fucking stupid with all the stuff they're doing at the moment. Sorry to get too much into politics, but it's just... That's one of the things that really, you know, annoys me of them is like, you know, we just really need a general election at this point, even if I don't really like the other parties either. It's just we can't keep going through all this crap we're doing at the moment where, you know, like they constantly not run elections, they have their own internal leadership things and they get rid of their own leadership and like people, you know, and the economy just gets worse and worse. So that's Hercules, isn't it? Any of these will buy that little site. I can sell them on the things, can't I? So I'm the ammo for the guns I don't want to use. So I think even though I don't like Labour, I'd kind of want them to get a majority just to try and do something. Right, none of the guns that I can't sell to the sort of companion people, I'll just drop. I know I can do this as well, I'll drop them still. Alright, okay, so, let's at least go towards that objective I'm meant to be doing. I already traded that guy. This guy sold my shit to. And the problem is I can't remember what Antidote actually looks like for its little icon. It's been none of them over the other amount. Yeah, we were on about that already. But again, how long do you give the next person they replace her with? They even reckon Boris Johnson might run again, and he's got like a 3-to-1 odds of getting in with the bookmakers. Yeah, I suppose that's a good idea, yeah, if you've got a phone with good waterproofing to actually, yeah, like sanitise them like that. But yeah, it'd be annoying if you end up, yeah, having another lockdown and all that sort of crap again. Anyway, should we go do the objectives I was given? So venture into the zone, so I just want to literally go... Okay, so I'm on the Pripyat map. So what's that? Need to go into Zaton. So I can go to the NPP, and I can get to Zaton through that way, can't I? Okay, let's go to the NPP. Because, am I going north? Yeah. Because, obviously that's, like, the most famous map in Stalker, nuclear power plant, even if it's near the end of Shadow of Chernobyl, and it's at the point where the game's not very good at that point. Just in a sense, it's way too much of a conventional FPS at that point, and doesn't have the good elements of Stalker in it. Right, are there anomalies all the way over here? Probably. Just put it in a box, potentially, or put some tape over it. Just don't breathe through it, but you'll be fine otherwise. Actually, if it has, like, the caps for it, just leave the caps on it. As I was saying, it's like, not like the asbestos is going to come out the filter and heat-seek your lungs. It's just that, you know, don't breathe through the filter. It's only if you're breathing through the filter does it pose any risk to you. Unless, you know, you cut a hole in it and then start throwing it against the wall or something. But asbestos filters in themselves aren't dangerous to just have in your house. They're not like they're radioactive or anything. And even then, like we said before, radioactive stuff isn't... Depending on what it is, like, you know, I wouldn't want a brick of cobalt-60, but just, you know, like little sample sources. Oh, there's mutants here, aren't there? Or psi mutants, whatever it is. Right, so there's the little Zaton bit. I need to go up here, then across. Okay. Gets asked every stream, Average Alabama. Enjoy it. So I still haven't played what's it, Exodus, even though I keep meaning to, and I own it. It's like, you know, one of the games I bought on Steam sale and still haven't got around to playing. 2033 and Last Light are like okay to good games for me, but I've not really had much desire to replay them. I've technically replayed each one once because I've done the Redux versions of them, but like the Metro games are kind of those sort of games that they didn't jump out to me as like games I really liked, but I sort of enjoyed them enough when I played them. So they're sort of in that category where I'd recommend them to people if they were on sale or something. But you know, they're sort of games that I've never fully gotten into. A bit like how I've got Chernobylite and I've played a bit of that and enjoyed it, but never got into it properly to start playing through it, you know, like I have with Stalker over and over and over again. But Stalker's just one of those weird games where for a lot of people it's weirdly enticing. Probably because it's so buggy and weird. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because most of us, the Queen was the only, like, monarch we've had in our lifetime. And even, like, if you're talking about, like, people in my generation, my parents' generation, even for a lot of people that are grandparents, that's been the case, just because of how long she served. And the same, like, even if I don't like a lot of people in the royal family, I genuinely like the Queen. You know, or like the Queen because she's dead, but you know what I mean, it's that weird feeling like I said, yeah, the NPP map's massive, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. I think the reason, like, with Stalker that I find it a lot more replayable is because, like I was on about the last stream, how the AI is like quite radiated air. How like the AI in Stalker, because it has the A-Life system, is quite unpredictable. So even if you're playing, say, like Shadow of Chernobyl, and you're gonna run through it, you know, just as like just doing the main story, none of the side quests, all that sort of thing. Some of the bits of it will be quite different each time you do it, just simply because of how the AI works in Stalker. I'd love to get one of those, JJ. Have you seen any that are well priced? Because, like, whenever I've looked for tritium watches, they've always been stupidly expensive. Or sometimes there are Milsurp ones for not silly prices, but the Milsurp ones... I was going to say, the Milsurp ones have then been, like, you know, the ones where the tritium's like a decade old or whatever, so it's not going to be, really glow in the dark much anymore, because tritium has quite a short half-life. The watch I'd be most interested in getting is the one Hype did a video on recently. That, you know, checks all your heart rate and stuff like that, like a smartwatch, but it genuinely seems like a good smartwatch, rather than it being one of the ones that's just like, oh, here's a thing that measures your heart rate plus tells the time. Like saying, the German dive watch I've got at the moment is absolutely fine. Like, it's very, very tough case, you know, very waterproof. And it's obviously not tritium, but it's got a very good glow-in-the-dark, like, phosphor on it that if you charge it up under UV light or, like, sunlight for, you know, 5 minutes, it will, you know, you'll see for a couple of hours of it. If you have it in the house under ceiling lights for like an hour or two before you go to bed, there's generally still a faint glow coming from it by the time you get up in the morning. So, you know, it has about an 8-hour thing on it, and you don't really need more than that on a watch. Oh yeah, I'm actually quite irradiated from being in the NPP, because it's gone yellow rather than green. Oh, so that's antidote. So he needs another one of those, the guy that's following me around for it. Oh, it's the generic wind sound effect that's in every game ever. It's definitely in Half-Life 2, that wind one. It's on the bridge bit. Right, anyway, yeah, they shouldn't have got rid of him, Justin, should they? As much as he was a massive fuck-up, it's like we just keep making the situation worse for ourselves. And it's also the fact that they're really damaging the economy while they play internal party politics and never do anything. So the thing that's annoyed me of the Tories, even if you don't like them as a party, is when Boris won them that landslide ejection, basically it was an ejection election, they had such a majority, they should have been able to get whatever they wanted through Parliament, you know. So even if you didn't agree with their policies, they should at least have been, you know, a party that got all of its own things done. But they still squabbled amongst themselves and didn't do anything. Making them's quite easy, but let's not discuss it on here. I'll just make another proper save in case of a crash. Yeah, Simus, I wouldn't talk about stuff like that on here, please. Yeah, the thing is though, Scott, the last couple of times, again, I don't know much about US politics, but as far as I'm aware of US politics, isn't it like, even when one side wins or whatever, they don't have enough seats in either house to really do much? I don't particularly know, but the problem we have in the UK is that even when... test out the thermal scope. Ah, yeah, the thermal scope's lovely, because I can just do... Oh, I need to load it, don't I? But yeah, in the UK one, basically they had a massive majority where they could have forced through anything they wanted and just didn't. Oh, have I actually got any food to eat or not? No. Okay. Any problem, like again, the scopes aren't realistic in Stalker in the sense that when you've got night vision on you can just look through a scope, but I think Ground Branch is the only game I've seen that actually does that. But I was saying, oh, he's getting attacked by an actual zombie. Oh, he got fucking killed by that zombie, that's not good. Alright, let's quickly grab any gear he had on him. Oh, he's basically only had the gear on him that I had before. I can't do his quest now to give him his antidotes, because he's, yeah, got wrecked by zombies. Yeah, they did a lot of dumb things. Simus, like, yeah, all the radio, like, not radiotherapy is an actual radiotherapy, but, you know, all the stuff like, but, you know, all the actual, radiotherapy is in, like, let's just huff radium gas, and, yeah, radium spars and all that, and drink, yeah. Yeah, the guy who fell apart, Eben Byers, whatever his name was, it worked until his jaw fell off. Yeah, I know exactly the guy you're on about. I might even be able to sell that to another NPC considering its condition. Oh, so that's not even a 556 one, it's 6.8 by 43, so it's some weird round. Just switch my thing to water. Did I get any lunch off that guy that died? No, the zombies got some food on them. At least with night vision on not using a flashlight, they can't really spot you, the zombies. And I'm only using a shit night vision in this at the moment as well, but upgraded night vision in Stalker is really nice. Yep. Oh, and yeah, the radioactive suppositories is one of my favourite ones, because why wouldn't you have radioactive shit up your arse? Oh, I've got a bit of sausage off that dead zombie. Well, properly dead zombie, you know. Probably hype. I don't know of a lot of these cartridges, because again, the weird thing I find with a lot of these cartridges is there's so many that just seem like they don't do enough different from normal cartridges, as in like the really commonly ones used in the world, that, you know, there's any point in them existing. So it's like where you have 9mm and 45 ACP, and then you've got things like 357 SIG and what, like 40 Smith & Wesson, which are a bit, you know, less common. And then you've got loads of really weird pistol cartridges, like 10mm and all those, where it's like, I don't really see the point of them. And then you get the same thing as the rifle rounds, yeah, that you have all like the NATO standards, like communist bloc standard ammos, some of the Chinese ammos. You know, and then you get like slightly longer cartridges of other ones and things like that. Much older than DayZ. What have you caught, Simus? Like I said, luckily my like neck and all that, where it's been bruised, is healing up quite well now. But like I said, that's been really painful over a couple of days. That, especially the fact that it disrupts your sleep a lot if you've got like quite a bruised back and neck, because you can never get comfortable. Let's just use that MP5 I picked up just as a quick Little spray zombies down. Save wasted 556 ammo. Now, I keep getting asked about Gamma, but I've not played it yet. And like I said about Anomaly before, I've played Anomaly. Like, I think it's a very good game, because it is basically this mod, but with more mods. It's just... oh, shit. It's just, the problem I have with Anomaly is I find it's kind of too in-depth. As in, you know, like... There's kind of the problem with some games is you can add more mechanics to them and they get fun. But I find with some games, like, my threshold for them is once you have so many mechanics on a game, you know, I don't find the game fun anymore. If that makes sense. Like, I don't want the fact that you actually have to find batteries for your flashlight, you know, and similar things to that, if that makes sense. I assume you've just got a really sore throat then, by the sound of that. Alright, Rich. Alright, Mike. Both of you came on at the exact same time. So yeah, Mike, like I was saying in the chat, yeah, it's getting a lot better, my neck and that, but yeah, that's been a pain in the arse the last, like, week. Because, yeah, the worst bit was Thursday night last week. That's when I started really feeling the muscle pain, and that was where, like, you know, I basically got maybe an hour's sleep all night, you know, and it fucked up my day completely next day, because I was completely exhausted for the first few hours of the day. You know, and then when I was trying to get to sleep the next day, you know, I found that really difficult because, again, there's still, like, really achy muscles. Let's pick up the money that's on the random dead zombies, because it's an easy way of getting money. And I can dump the guns, yeah. I definitely recommend the loot money mod, just because it makes sense that if everybody in this game carries cash, you should be able to loot it from a dead body, rather than their money being somehow inaccessible, even though all their ammo and other trinkets you can pick off their body. There's quite a lot of companies that make alcohol that do like non-alcoholic versions or whatever, or like just big drinks conglomerates that do, you know, various things. What I've tried before, and I've not bought in ages, which might be worth getting, is the really low alcohol fruit wine, if anybody's tried that, where it's like maybe 4 or 5% ABV. So it's like, you know, 50% or maybe even less than a lot of regular wines. So it's just like very smooth fruit wine. But, you know, like you can get it in such low alcohol quantities that you could drink an entire bottle and it's not really going to give you a hangover. Is that a GP5 with sunglasses on it? This mod is technically a mod for Call of Pripyat, although I think it's one of those mods where legally you're meant to have Call of Pripyat to play it, but you can probably get it to run without Call of Pripyat, if that makes sense. Because quite a few of the really, like, expanded on Stalker mods are like that, that legally, as a disclaimer, you need Call of Pripyat or whatever the equivalent mod is to play it, but a lot of them, because they run on their own EXEs, and have so many, like, modified files in the thing, they tend to run without the base game. Right, anyway, what was my objective? To... Oh, just wander over there and survive, okay. I'll just beeline while reading the comments. Would they also get upset if you told them that katanas were pretty shit metal as well? Oh, Mike, is there still time to give you a scary story for your Halloween video? Or have you finished doing that now? Because I had a nightmare like a day or two ago that actually really freaked me out, and I thought it would be a good one for the video. Like I said, it's not a real life experience, it was a nightmare, but... It was just one with, like, giant fucking spiders in it that was, And it was one of those nightmares where it, like, takes place in your house and all the rooms are, like, the exact right layout. Right, cool, I'll try and get it recorded later tonight then, Mike, for you. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't think of anything up until that point, because, like I said, like, if I've not had any other paranormal things or whatever that I've not, you know, mentioned in videos or whatever, but, like I said, because I get nightmares quite a lot, just because, like, one of the medications I'm on apparently gives you, like, vivid dreams and nightmares as a side effect. They don't really bother me most of the time, you know, but it was just, I had one the other night that I can particularly remember, like, every detail from it. Because it was like, all of it took place, you know, in like a fake version of my house, if you like. Alright, shall we plink the stalkers guarding the barge? He doesn't seem that annoyed when I'm shooting at him. That guy. There we go. Oh, shit. I didn't see that smoke thing. It's a shame the skyboxes don't work like real life when you look at them with night vision in this. Oh, there's a guy I can plink. He's still alive, or have I properly killed him? There we go. Your reputation has improved. Oh, it's only my faction, so I'm killing basically innocent people. Oh, that's cool. I think it also depends on the dream though, doesn't it? Like I'm saying, all that might be factual, but if it's a really boring dream, I think, because there's some that I kind of remember when I'm up for an hour or two, and then I, you know, completely forget the details, but now and again, if you have one, like, that's, you know, quite memorable, you can remember them quite well. But yeah, like you're saying, it's probably something to do as well, like you're saying, which phase of your sleep you wake up in. Need to be careful in case the stalkers come out and try and fight me. I suppose I could just kill them. Nothing's stopping me doing that. Let's get on top of the ship for a minute. At least I don't think they can sneak up on me from up here. Yeah, sounds quite cool, like random info, that. Well, let me have some of my coffee before it goes cold, because otherwise that's the problem I always do. I talk during the stream and then realise when I'm near the end of the stream that I've got a cold, like, cup of tea or coffee, so 1 minute. Not a brilliant temperature, but also not awful yet. Ah, because, yeah, they actually make you wake up. I actually had one the other day where I swear I felt pain in it, even though people say, obviously, oh, you can't feel pain in a dream. But whether or not, like, I rolled over, hurt a muscle, and then that ended up becoming a thing in the dream, I don't know, but... Yeah, JJ, it's a mod. Try and clear out the actual inside of the ship. Now, any of the NPCs in here that aren't hostile, because like with that guy, again, technically they're enemies, but they don't attack you because I don't think they have a gun to do it with. So like, Al won't attack me, he won't attack me. Beard won't attack me, but he also won't trade with me, but I can at least just grab everything that's not nailed down. Right, so there's still, I think, 2 or so guys left by the look of that, because, so if my PDA tells me that there's 5 people, and 4 now, there's 3 traders, isn't there, in the ship, so... Oh, there's the mechanic as well, isn't there? So yeah, that's hopefully everybody cleared out now. I won't bother getting the gun or ammo that was on that last guy. Yeah, it is Call of Pripyat is the base for the mod, but again, there's only 3 Stalker games. So Call of the Zone, like Call of Chernobyl, and what's the other one? Anomaly. They're all just Call of Pripyat mods, technically, but as we were saying earlier, you don't really need Call of Pripyat to run them, but that's not technically legal to do, so, you know. Oh, I'm still hungry. Right, nearly at that location I meant to just wander over to prove my worth, even though I've already done other quests for those people, so, you know, seems a bit weird. I might actually put just a regular ACOG back on the L85. You know, just so it's more usable like an actual assault rifle rather than a DMR, which it definitely isn't. Just the riot shield hype, and I've not got round to doing a video on it, but we think it might be like a modern manufactured like Chinese one, but actually a decent one. So it's like a combination of like thin metal and polycarbonate, rather than it just being one or the other. For the most part, just been saving my money because of you know how fucked the economy is and only getting worse by the day. Vortex. Right, that's all of them. Yep, there we go. So the thermal scope is really nice, just because it literally is a scope, but also makes like little boxes appear around the enemies when they turn up. Oh, a Bison. Not that I need it, I will grab the ammo. I'm not going to even bother trying to sell this AR or this pistol. It's really neat. They're money on the corpses. Grenades are worth taking. Anything else I've just inadvertently picked up or chuck. Yeah, this one, like I said, it seems like a good mix of materials, because it seems like they've done the thing of doing one layer then the other, like sandwiching them. So I don't think it's just like one of those really cheap and nasty ones. It seems like an actual decent design. The actual grips on it are really good as well. So I can get to Jupiter that way and then back to Pripyat that way. Probably easiest. I'm just going to run across the riverbed though, rather than trying to do the Bridge of Death. But yeah, any of the riot shields I've tested with crossbows, it sometimes like puts little splinters in them that completely wrecks the bolt. You know, and some of those are ones where if it was a Kevlar panel, it would have gone through that easily. I've got a Russian Riot helmet from a while ago, and that's quite good. Like, I'd say the liner in it is a hell of a lot better than the British ones, but the visor in that isn't as good, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like, I wish I could have one with the British style visor on it, but the Russian kind of like chin strap and like foam sort of inside. Because like the British one has really cheap nasty foam in it. Like the helmet itself is still good, like, you know, like the stuff that's like various layers of stuff that's designed to crack, not your skull. I'm just saying like the actual physical liners that, you know, like is what's against your head for comfort. Because of market value of them? I don't know. The one I've got, I have done videos on. But it's one because it's in like brand new condition. I've never actually tried to wreck it because, you know, it's a bit of a waste to, if you've got like a non-scuffed up riot helmet, just to smash it up. Okay, I don't think mine's a military one, it's just like the generic police style one. Who's that coming down there? Oh good, it's Monolith. Hey bro, Monolith. Oh, has he got anything he wants to buy off me? So he's selling all the ammo for the guns I'm not using. Oh, I don't know if you saw, but some Russian commander got in trouble recently. Because, do you know what? Funnily enough, literally 1.5 million bits of Ratnik equipment had gone missing from his warehouse. And he said something like, maybe they evaporated because of the materials used in them. Oh, there's enemy troops there. Oh, assuming there's a guy right up there, is there? Oh, let's go have a look. Oh, there's a dead pseudo-giant there. Yeah. Nobody's ever gonna ask us for this stock, so I'm assuming that's another Monolith guy there. Oh, there's that enemy guy. Oh, an FN2000. How does that compare to my SA80? Much better accuracy, slightly less damage for some reason, much better fire rate. I mean, I don't know if I can be asked to bulk the weight around with it, but it's worth probably picking up to have repaired. Oh, fuck it, I'll do it.
Странно. Все здесь странно.
Was that a scar I just passed? I don't actually want this, I just want the parts of it. Right, now even more stuff to drop. Well, how does the SIG compare to that? Actually, I'm going to keep the SIG then, not the FN2000. Because the problem with the FN2000 is, actually say it's not really a problem, is it? No, keep the FN2000. I say the fire rate on it is faster, but that's actually good if you want to use it like an SMG. Right, let's go back down this yeah, it'd be good if you can get hold of one of them. When the British Army sells stuff, though, it's stuff that is surplus. Like I said, it's not like millions of your brand new uniforms getting sold, like it is in Russia. Like I said, because I know there's been like surplus traders and that have been investigated when they've got stuff that has been stuff that shouldn't have been sold. So they like trace back where it's come from with all the serial numbers and everything. So that's what I'm saying, that with the British Army stuff, although it does happen now and again that there'll be stuff that wasn't meant to be sold, or you know, just outright theft of like bits from a storehouse. Most of the time stuff that's surplus by the British Army is stuff that is like past its use date or whatever. Because I know with like the ECBAs, when they were selling the ECBAs, it was really hard to get the panels for the ECBA because they weren't officially getting rid of the panels. So now and again you could get them, but that's the reason the panels were so expensive compared to just the vests and the Kevlar filler. Because the like little ceramic plates in those, they kept using for like later things. I was heading down this way then. Who was he on about where he said he's wounded, kill him? It might be that they've had policy changes now and then, but at one point they did sell loads of the ECBAs with the fillers, just not the actual ceramic plates. They send them to places like Ukraine, JJ, because they did a thing recently where they were shown like filling up loads and loads of crates with like various bits of armour, and there's pictures of Ukrainian like troops wearing them. So I think it's just more like where they've kept them for like sale as actual proper military aid and like, you know, military equipment, not for the civilian market. Because when the helmets trickle onto the surplus market, there was a thing a while ago where there was videos of soldiers like sorting through hundreds upon hundreds of Mark 6 helmets to check which ones were serviceable or not before like donating them all to Ukraine. So it's just, I don't think they destroy them, I think they just sit in storehouses doing nothing for absolutely ages, basically, until they find a country that will buy them or they can give them to. Because I think they also gift like the armour to lots of like poor UN peacekeeping like nations and that. Again, it depends when they went onto the surplus market as well. Because obviously, I think with a lot of this stuff as well, at some point, anything they've not released to the surplus market isn't really going to be going onto the surplus market unless they suddenly find a warehouse of it and decide they don't want it.
Никому не верь, кроме монолита и братьев твоих. Никому.
Can I jump over him on the stairs? jump down a lift shaft. That's probably a bad idea. Actually, let's see what happens. Oh, I'm free. Okay. Or has he trapped me in the basement now? Oh, oh no. Right, so going back to the thing, and then I'll stop the stream fairly soon. Right, see you, Simons. Yeah, well, that was the thing, JJ. It's like, I think they'd got rid of most of them already, and then they probably still had a load left just somewhere in a warehouse. They probably were given audits to check if they had them. So I think a lot of stuff like that probably happens where, you know, because that happens with lots of companies as well, where you sometimes find out you've got shitloads of stock of something left in a warehouse because nobody's been auditing it properly. No way, bro. Shoot the flashlight if I can, actually, because I'm in a friendly sort of territory, so I'm not going to be shot at by random Yeah, JJ, I mean, I really like the shape of them. I mean, the thing is, with old Paskets, they're not going to be very good in terms of protection now, just due to, you know, things like Kevlar expiry and, what's it, and also, like, early Kevlar stuff just wasn't as good as the more modern Kevlar. In terms of shape of them, yeah, I really like the sort of Stahlhelm-looking sort of Pasket. Right, can I get in this one?
Странно. Все здесь странно.
Yeah, I've got an actual Pasket vest, but I've not got the Pasket helmet. I've got like more modern ones at the same shape.
Здесь слишком
So I'm going to get another one of these same missions to do. Right. Let's get my... this repaired.
Наверное.
Yeah, get all these little bits repaired. I ought to go see the Forester guy at some point and just get all my gear upgraded as much as possible. But, right, reliability, flatness, not very good. Recoil, very good. Just put a suppressor on it, why not? I like the suppressor for that type of one. Right, let's sell off all the other bits and bobs then. No, don't need the SA-80 anymore. Need some 62 suppressor, don't need any of this ammo that isn't either 5.56 or one of the bigger scopes. Actually, I'll keep one just in case I'm going to stick on for spotting. But, can't fit that onto any of those guns. So all the mutant parts as well. So that's loads of stuff to sell. 26 grand's worth. Again, that's only equal to looting a few bodies of a decently ranked enemy. Don't need any of the Hercules or the other bits. And I've got enough medkits and everything else and stuff for these vodka bottles because they had quite a bit of weight. Alright, there we go. That looks like a good place to stop for this stream. Yeah, that's the thing, JJ, doesn't it? It depends a lot, like you're saying, because most people now use smartphones and everything else for, you know, just telling the time while you're out and about. It is a bit kind of pointless getting a really nice watch. You just get something you like to wear that's tough enough, and then, yeah, I'd say use a phone nowadays. Right, yeah, see you everybody.